No, surely the core of this planet has got to be much larger than that. That we wouldn't just... It feels like that's downhill now. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to Astroneer, episode 22, where at first I was hoping very much to take our vehicles down underground. We actually find ourselves in a position where that's not a thing that's going to happen. And instead we're going to be going down by hand with tethers. And this is going to take a little bit of time. A little bit. Not an astronomical amount, but I think in the long run, this is going to end up serving us better. Better than delaying yet again to travel somewhere else to obtain more resources. So we're going to secure our batteries, we're going to secure our soil for bridges. I have no idea what we're going to run into, but whatever it is, it's going to start right here, and we're going to start it right now. Make sure we've got our drill mod, our wide mod, okay, looking good. So let's just run this sort of gradient, this slope, all the way down. And we're going to have to be sure to tether the whole way. If anything, we should run into a good amount of resources along the way. Hopefully we'll be able to stock up on some sphalerite and some laterite. I would like to get a nice stockpile of zinc and copper, mostly for the same reason I wanted to get a stockpile of iron and lithium on Novus, is because sphalerite and malachite, or zinc and copper, don't naturally occur on other planets, and so I would like to get a nice hefty stockpile of those resources and load them onto the shuttle. For whenever we travel to other locations, we'll have it with us and it'll be ready to go. And look at that, we've got some more compound rather for our tethers. I don't know if we're going to need the path to be this wide. We're going to stock all of these stalactites off of the ceiling. You know, it occurs to me these tethers should be off to the side. Even if we're not driving down here with a vehicle now, I imagine the idea is that we will eventually, or even we might have to at some point if we decide that the actual human element of it is no good, and that we have to drive. Here, let's not make a big deal about it. Let's just keep our tethers off to one side here. What was that over there? It's like another little cave entrance. Well, let's not worry about it. It's going to be really easy to squirrel down here, I imagine. So we're going to find lots of neat things. I would hope. What have we here? Again, I was just talking about squirreling. There's a compound, quartz, some energy research chambers, laterite, zinc, scrap for salvage, laterite and sphalerite. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave one tether right here, and we're going to branch off one tether here, just as sort of a reminder that, hey, there's some really good stuff over there, so just remember, hey, check out that area the next time you're going that way. Okay, to continue, I'm sure this is going to get treacherous as we're going to run into more and more drops. So I want to make sure that we don't start sliding to our doom when we run into a scenario like this. Yeah, it's not a huge way down, but it looks to be enough of a drop to make us suffer. We don't want to suffer. Let's get a nice fancy tunnel here. And we're just going to keep it straight. I could bend it. We could like curve around with the natural wall formation, but I think just having a nice straight wide open path for which to drive a vehicle down in the future is going to serve us best. And frankly, it's the easiest to keep this plane just going down once you have a good grade, to just keep it going with the flatten tool and always start where you're at and just keep it going down. Okay, what have we here? I'm just regathering some of our soil here, which is what we're going to need. We actually spent a lot of it, and I don't want to take it for granted that we don't need it, just because we happen to be digging down in the moment, because that might change. As you can see, the sections of gray are getting larger and larger, which means we're having to bridge more and more open air, because the caves are getting larger as we go down, which I had sort of already noticed that trend. You can see the color is changing a little bit. A couple of laterite research boxes. Fairly easy to activate those. I mean, not at the moment, because we don't have any laterite, but easy enough to come back and take care of. Are we widening this road? I don't know if we need to widen it. I feel like we're starting to widen it without meaning to. This should be good enough here. I mean, really, we could just do a narrow walkway for the time being. We don't necessarily need the vehicle-sized path, but... Oh, look at that. We're sort of eating through the floor of this other area here. Oh, why are we building up all of a sudden? Hold on. No, slope it back down. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but we're fixing it now. Please. I'm just going to sweep back and forth. Get the tether out. Again with the cave entrance. Okay, we're going to use up our tethers here eventually. Oh, let's not slide. I'm just curious to see if this natural cave... We're still just going down into the earth here. Oh, everything just sort of looks the same. I can only imagine it would be so difficult to keep your place without tethers. It's so easy to get lost. In a way, I'm glad. That's why we're deciding to just do this straight tunnel down. That way there's no possibility of getting lost or turned around. And with the boost mod and the wide mod, the terrain clearing is actually fairly easy. I think the easiest way to do this, though, is to move forward little bits at a time instead of walking really slowly and sweeping back and forth. Yeah, so let's make this a little faster here. Yeah, see how fast and quick that is? And because we have constant power supply from our base, we don't have to worry about the mods running out of power. Whoa, look out. No, no, no. That looks to go down quite a bit. I don't want any of that. No, thank you. I guess we could turn on our light. Hey, look at that. We can see. All right, let's pull that side down. There's no need for all that. Oh, you know what I wish there was a mod to extend the range with which we can use our terrain tool. That would be really nice. Well, looks like we're going to get some of that laterite after all. Well, I think here's what we can do. We can take the laterite that we already have in the motion for efficiency, rather. If it pleases the court, I would like to deposit this laterite over here. Yep. Just to be as efficient as possible. Let the record show we attempted efficiency during this process. Oh. Oh no. Oh, Your Honor, may I approach the bench? Okay. And we have another one right over here, actually. Co-level. Right over this way. Look at all the salvage down here. Oof. Our traveling recycling machine needs to take a trip down here. I think we'll just leave these on the road of ruin here to return with. All right, thank you. I think we'll do the same with this laterite. I don't really have a good use for that. But we're going to have to pick up more. Yep, doing this. Holy moly, laterite. Okay, so we'll be set for aluminum. That's quite all right. There are worse problems to have than too much aluminum. Okay, looks like we've broken into another cave here. We're sort of right at the ceiling. It's not a very steep descent, which I guess it could be steeper. I'm rather okay with that though, because a steep descent means we would be sliding a lot, and sliding is dangerous when you don't know where you're going. Again, another level. Okay, well let's cut through the ceiling of this room here, to where eventually it'll open up. I think we'll just keep doing this. Right? Because eventually we're going to break through something. We don't really need power or O2 yet, so we just keep going. I'm trying to find faster and faster ways to do this that are more efficient. Oh, we're hitting resin. We don't only need resin. Compound would be good. We're going to need more tethers here eventually. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's work our way back up. So it appears that if you need lots of resources on a given planet, really all you have to do is just dig down. And eventually you will hit resources. Now, granted, we haven't hit any sphalerite. Clipping through a stalactite? Not authorized. I don't think I'm going to worry about widening this for a vehicle just yet. That seems like a waste of time and energy at this point. We should just keep the path going. I don't even know how close we are. See, this is what I was worried about. I figured a vehicle with a drill would have been faster. At some point, it's going to take a certain amount of time that we would have just been faster going to De Solo and getting the wolframite we needed to make the tungsten, to get the trade facility up, to get the components for the vehicle. But then how would that work? See, look, what if your vehicle drilled out of the ceiling of a location and then it was just like doomsday, you know? You just fell. Although, judging by this path, there wouldn't have been much... Well, no, there would have been a couple areas where we would have plummeted if we were just drilling in a straight line. And then what? You'd be building a bridge back up to get your vehicle out? See, that seems like that would be trickier to line that up in a way that you were sure it was going to take you where you wanted to go than leading a path down. Well, I know we need more tethers. Wow, I can't even see daylight. But I know that daylight exists up there. Wow, we're getting really, really deep. I'm sort of getting vertigo. Are you getting vertigo? It feels like maybe we're walking flat. Or no, it almost is like this is uphill. Wait. We didn't, like, pass through the core, did we? What if... No, surely the core of this planet has got to be much larger than that. That we wouldn't just... It feels like that's downhill now. Doesn't it? And this is uphill? Oh, if we pop right through the other side, I'm going to be... This is uphill. What? What? Are you... Whoa. Do you see this? We're going uphill now. Is it because we dug from the North Pole? Hold on. Let's see if we can identify when the transition starts. Downhill, downhill, downhill. Okay, now it's starting to feel like we're going uphill. No, this is still downhill, right? Because look. Whoa. Dangerous plants. That's where we want to be, isn't it? Wait, are we going uphill now? This is uphill. So the transition happened somewhere around here. Alright, well now... Ugh, no. Let's... Okay, so we're not digging at a steep enough angle. Ugh. Give me some camera room here, everyone. We need to figure this out. Clear this area out for me. I need to look. Is this doesn't even look like it's uphill or downhill. This looks like it's just parallel with the ground here. Okay. No, this is good. We're going to go down from here. So we're going to have the detour. It's not going to be a straight path. So that means if we would have continued the path in the other direction, it eventually would have broken out of the other side of the Earth? How weird. So do we just continue down from here? What if this isn't... Do we just dig a hole straight down? That doesn't even look like it's sloping anymore. Perhaps what we need is a steep gradient. Something that's just so unarguably down that it almost... Well, we could just get a drill, put it on our vehicle, and just aim straight down and just see what happens. But then how would we get back? I felt like we had a pretty legitimate gradient, actually. But apparently we're tangential to the outer core at best. Because look, at some point we went from being well sloped down to sloping back up. And this level looks not much different than the level we were just looking at, even though we know that that's down. It's obviously not steep enough at all. At all. All those tethers. And for what? For what? Alright, so let's take another peek at what the drill for the vehicle is. Tungsten carbide. There's no way around it. We'd have to go to DeSolo to get a drill for our vehicle. But look, it's steep enough to slide if you take a running start at it. Let's see what happens if we just slide down this thing. Because at some point, it's got to stop our slide, right? At some point, it's got to go, wait, you're going uphill now. And gravity's going to stop. So it's starting to stop. Okay, so then the sliding picks up here. Okay, all right. So then this is where we're at. We just continue this down. I don't think we're going to continue making it wide, though. I think we're just going to cut in a straight line. Oh, no, I know what we need to do. Oh, I'm a blasted fool. We need to cut back in the opposite direction, right? If this is the point... Okay, think about it like this. If this is the point where our path steadies out and is effectively tangenting and it's going back up, and this is where we're going to climb instead of a descent, then what we need to do is come down a level to here. We need to come down a level to here. And then flatten out. And then effectively dig back down in the direction opposite that we started at. Because if we're over the North Pole, which we know that gateway is, right, then of course we need to dig back down in that direction. And we need a nice steep gradient this time. Nothing that we're going to halfway do it where, oh, it might be steep enough, it might not. No, we need something, even though it's going to put us in danger of slipping and sliding to our doom, we need to do that. And we need to verify that the colors are changing as we go down and not looking repetitive. Because we need to get to these lower levels. Oh, and it looks like it's getting redder down here, actually. Okay, well, we've already sort of broken into a new level. Oh, yeah, red indeed. This is how we have to do it. This is exactly how we have to do it. Okay, let's get our tethers. This is a learning process. We're all learning this together. And part of what we're learning is that you can actually dig your way through the earth if you're too shallow of a dig or you're too close to the pole to where you do not reach your destination and you bypass the core completely. So let's just continue pathing down from here. Yep, I'm just going to continue this. Okay, well, we're seeing the color change, and that's what I wanted to see. Going into red, and, oh, why is that going back into a brown? It should be, oh, should be a red color, right? More resin. No, please not. We're still sloping down, right? Whoa. It just keeps going. All right, okay. Hold on. So we are still sloping down. I need to check against the gradient of everything else to make sure, yes, we have a downward trajectory. We're not angled back up. That really threw me for a loop. That gave me some serious vertigo. Very disorienting. I don't know how that was for the viewers, but my head was spinning there for a moment. Like, wait, are we going uphill? It just felt uphill to me. I'm glad I stopped to check. I would have kept digging down, quote unquote, until I broke out on the other side and saw grass if I hadn't stopped to question myself. Talk about your disorientation. So that means getting to the core of a moon is even more trickier. You need an even further downward trajectory. Although I imagine you can get to the core by digging straight down fairly easily. But then getting out of the core, I mean, if you dig up from the core, it's literally impossible to miss the surface, right? I mean, as long as you're aiming up, you'll eventually hit the surface and escape the core. Gosh, I would hope. Now, wait a second. Is this not the red color area anymore? No, it is. There's red here. We still look downhill compared to the average. Yeah, compared to the pitch of the ground, we still appear to be downhill, which is my main concern. We absolutely do need some compound, though. Oh, and they've got all these... Whoa, is that a mushroom? Oh, hold on. We've got these dangerous... Whoa, are those mushrooms? I mean, that's pretty cool and all. We need to be careful, though. There's some dangerous plants here. Huh. It doesn't feel like gravity is really as strong as it was. Yeah, look at that. There's mushrooms down here. Oh, that's cool. All right. I get it. You passed the test. All right. Whoa. Look at those mushrooms. Oh, that looks cool. I kind of want to go down there and see what that's all about, but we need to stay the course. We need to continue our slope. Although I'm sure that pit that looks like it drops straight down leads to the core. Let's keep our gradient. We can tell it's downhill. We just need to keep digging it. Let's just keep digging it. Nope, they're going to start targeting me. We need to handle those plants before they become an issue. Okay, it makes me feel better that we're back in the red. Nope. No, no. No, no, go away. Dissipate. Oh, they have research on them. Oh, 52 bites. That's pretty good for organic here on this planet. It's not bad at all. Okay, well now it's getting very red. Looks like we're going to run into more laterite. Wow. Yeah, so truly, if you just dig down, you will find resources. I guess I could have done that on Visanya. No, because the hematite was what was underground, not the lithium. And I haven't found any malachite underground yet, so I'm still kind of believing that. Oh, look, this is harder stuff. Okay, so we are getting further down. We just need to stay the course. Luckily, our drill mod 1 looks like it's cutting through it fairly easily. No, 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 let's not do that. Let's stay back here. We'll slope it out this way. Put the laterite off to the side. Ugh. Okay, well, I don't really know what to expect, but I do know that the next time we go to do this somewhere, we are going to use a vehicle. I don't know how that will mean about getting back out, but I feel like a vehicle would have been much faster. Wait, are we going uphill? It feels like we switched to uphill. Is that ammonium? No, that's still downhill. I am gathering ammonium. Okay. I thought that was only in the forests. So that kind of confirms my suspicion, is that down here you can find similar resources that you find on the surface, but we're still sort of just seeing this weird transition area between this red and this pink stone. There's sphalerite. It seems like we might be flattening out. I don't think I'm going downhill anymore. Am I? No, it feels like we might be starting to transition back uphill. No, this feels uphill to me, though. Let's see if we can get a slide going. We'll go back up. We'll see if we can get a slide going and see if we slow down. I think that was the most obvious way that we were able to tell earlier. No, this feels uphill. But we keep hitting this weird red, pink, red, pink. It makes me think we're in some transition area. As we get closer to the core, we're going to need to be more and more accurate with our angle. And I imagine the core is three-dimensional as well. I mean, I'm sure it is. It's obviously three-dimensional, which means it could be very easy to miss it not just one way, but laterally the other as well. We could detour and chase these mushrooms. They seem to just go down. Okay, let's see if we can get a slide going. Nope. Okay, let's go back up to the top. So we'll see if we can get a slide going, and then we'll look at see if we slow down, what that means, and where we're going to end up being. Because we might have to do our turnaround, U-turn, and glide down again. All right, let's see. Can we slide? Okay, we've got a slide going. And doesn't appear to be slowing down yet. Okay, nope, it is slowing down. And where it stops is right about here. Okay? Well, we already know what to do at this point. Is we're going to dig down a level. Right off the side here. No, let's make it a little steeper. We need to be thinking steep. Not so steep we can't climb back up, but definitely steep enough that we're cutting downward. Right? And let's follow this until it breaks out. But our margin for error, or the amount of distance that we could miss the core by, gets much more significant the closer to it we get. So it's obvious that at some point we could end up just dancing around it and not actually... See, look, these mushrooms tell me a tale of needing to go down that direction. I'm not sure what all that was about, but I want to stick to my path. I can see this episode's running a little long, but I'm inclined to continue. I have a feeling these mushrooms could be the core, or signs that we're getting very close to it. And once we've continued down enough, this is the point with which we're going to double back the way we came, right? So right about here, we're going to flatten out. Oh, can you imagine trying to do this without the drill mod with this pink stone? Oh, see, that's exactly why I wanted the drills in the first place, and I'm glad we at least had the one drill mod. Or else, if we would have been doing this without even the one drill mod, we might have been... Okay, we broke through a level. That's good. Let's move that right here. All right, good, good, good. Let's continue. Oof, this is a deep one. More of these mushrooms, it looks like. Wow, lots of... What? What the heck? Mushroom City? Wow, yeah. Oh my goodness, is that ammonium? Okay, okay. Let's continue. Oh, we've used up everything in our soil tanks. Okay, all right. We're making some of these mushrooms disappear. Okay, so that gives us an idea of where the plane is that we're trying to cut down against. Oh my. Okay, all right. Let's get our tethers. Holy moly. I think we found the core. At least I think so, although I don't know. I guess the gateway would be obvious. But if the gateway is at the very center, then how do we know which part of this plane is going to take us to the very center? That's peculiar. I'm not sure of what the answer is. So I feel like, in hindsight, the way we should have done this is every time we hit a level, another depth, so to speak, we should have realigned our road to be as steep as it was when we started instead of letting it gradually level off. Because all that did was cause trouble for us in the long run. It made us have to double back more than one time, and it would have been nice to have it all as just one path, right? Whoa! It's a whole ecosystem down here. Okay, all right, all right. Well, if this is the core, it should be some big gateway thing that's relatively easy to find. And I don't know, how do I make... Can we make these large mushrooms go away if they're in our way? Okay, I guess we can if we interfere with their base like that. The path is getting a little crooked, or it feels a little crooked. Oh, everything's just going to get so squirrely the closer to the core we get. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Why did you do that to me? That was weird. It jerked the camera up. Okay, I guess we continue along this path for now. Trying to keep it in a straight line. Oh, but I'm not doing a good job of it at all. We're veering off to the left considerably. Oh my goodness. Okay, okay. Maybe we just keep it at a small, simple path for now. We're not taking a vehicle down here yet. Oh my gosh. There's so much open air here, though. It keeps using up all of my soil just to make slight progress. Look at this. Oh, that's a big research item. Oh man, we'll have to bring one of those back with us and see what we get for it. Oh, look out. Look out. Timber! Ah, the mushroom is gonna hit us. And look at all this stuff it's like putting into the air. Well, I hope it's okay to breathe that stuff. My, oh my. Air quality is really taking a plunge here. Okay, so there is ammonium down here. Okay, so then the other place with all the ammonium might not be as... Oh, look at this. That... Yeah. Well, I think that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. Holy moly. We still have to identify where the core is down here amongst all this, and I don't see any kind of a readily identifiable gateway. This has been Astroneer, episode 22. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you've had a fun time watching because, as always, I've had a fun time playing. Do come back next time as we continue our search for the actual core, which is may or may not be in the vicinity of. I'm guessing we're getting close. But until next time, take care.